Welcome to the OneFrame System, your complete downlighting solution. Today we're going to show you how to install the complete luminaire, the housing, module, and trim. In the box you'll find the installation instructions, the OneFrame with 4 factory installed nails, a hardwire adapter also called the pigtail, and screws with washers for module installation. Make sure to review the installation guide and all safety information thoroughly. You'll need a hammer, a Phillips head screwdriver, and a drywall cutter. DMF recommends a rotary cutter with a tracing bit, like the one shown here. We'll begin with a few pre-installation steps. First, for your safety, make sure that all power to the luminaire is turned off. Then, we'll remove the knockouts for wiring, adjust the vertical position of the housing, and, if needed, shorten the bar hangers. Remove the knockouts according to what your specific installation requires. There are several sizes of knockouts on the top, including Romex, as well as knockouts on the sides for your convenience. Next, we'll want to make sure that the housing is set to its highest possible vertical position. We do this simply to make drywall installation easier. Setting it at its highest position ensures that the drywall doesn't hit the housing during installation. However, you want to adjust your rotary bit so that it doesn't extend more than 1/8 of an inch beyond the drywall surface. We do this to ensure that the bit doesn't hit the bar hangers and you can follow the edge of the OneFrame smoothly. Once your drywall is installed, you'll be able to adjust the vertical position to be flush with the ceiling. Loosen the 2 wing nuts on the inside of the housing. Set the housing at the highest possible vertical position and then tighten them again. In the rare case that you need to shorten the bar hangers, simply snap them along the guided lines. Now we're ready to install the junction box. We'll begin by attaching the bar hanger ends to the joists and adjusting and locking the horizontal position of the fixture. Locate the fixture position. Once you've located your fixture position, install bar hanger ends to the wooden joist by hammering in the 4 factory installed nails. For metal stud T-bar applications, replace nails with sheet metal screws, not included. Please note that there are also 2 indents located on either side of the housing for laser alignment, should you need it. Next, adjust the horizontal position of the junction box by sliding it along the bar hangers. Then lock the horizontal position by tightening the bar hanger screws in the center of the bar hanger on either side. This locking screw is essential to your positioning, as it will prevent both sliding and sagging. So make sure the junction box is exactly where you want it and then tighten the screw firmly. The position should not change even when you add the weight of a module. If it does, the screw simply needs to be tighter. We'll continue by routing the electrical wires into the junction box, then we'll show you how to create the opening in the drywall needed to accommodate the module. Finally, we'll adjust the vertical position of the junction box to its final position. These next few steps will likely be done by your electrician. Again, make sure that all electrical power to these wires are off. Route the wires through the junction box. Once the wires are through, make your ground connection with the green wire. Install the hardwire adapter or pigtail to the electrical leads. This quick step will simplify module installation. Strip the wires and then fasten them with wire nuts. DMF recommends small wire nuts so that they take up less space in the housing. Finally, push all the wires to the top of the housing. Try to minimize how much extra wiring stays in the housing. You're now ready to install the drywall. The next few steps are the key to finishing the installation precisely. First, you're going to determine the center position of the fixture as you would with any can light, so you can mark it on your drywall. Once the drywall is installed, mark the center point using the measurements you recorded in the previous step. Then grab your rotary saw with the tracing bit attached. Remember again to adjust your rotary bit to extend no more than 1/8 of an inch beyond the drywall. You're going to start at the center point that you've marked on your drywall and cut a straight line to the edge of the housing. Then stop cutting and jump to the outside of the housing. Cutting along the inside will not work, so jumping to the outside is essential. You shouldn't have to go far. Take a second to locate the outside edge. Once you have, simply go ahead and follow it all the way around. For the most precise results, follow along the outside edge as closely as possible. Loosen the 2 wing nuts inside the junction box. Doing this allows us to adjust the vertical position of the OneFrame by moving the junction box up and down. Make sure no part of the junction box sits below the drywall, even if the drywall itself is slightly uneven. Once it's flush with the ceiling, you can lock the vertical position by re-tightening the wing nuts. Leave the wing nuts in a horizontal position to ensure it doesn't interfere with module installation. Now that the OneFrame junction box is installed, we now turn our attention to installing the module and finally finish with the trim. The great thing is, regardless of which OneFrame system module you've chosen, be it the DRD2 for regular downlight, the more powerful and focused DRD2X Apex series, or the adjustable DRD4 with 360 degrees of directional aiming, all DMF modules install the same way. Install the 2 screws and retaining washers into the module flange. A quick note here about the yoke. Sometimes it shifts or moves during shipping or just from physically handling the housing unit. Just make sure that the yoke sits below the clips before you install the module. A slight tug should be enough to do the trick. The yoke is designed to provide stability and support when installing the module. Attach the ground wire to the module. Connect the module's female connector to the hard wire male connector we installed in the junction box earlier. Place the module inside the junction box, aligning the screws in the module with the holes in the junction box bracket. Then, just screw the module to the junction box. Finally, to install the trim, align the trim onto the module and turn clockwise until it's secure. Once the trim is firmly attached to the module, push up until the trim is flush with the ceiling. The OneFrame system allows you to create diverse types of lighting using very few elements. Once you get to know the OneFrame, you'll be installing it with ease, no matter how big or small your build is. Thanks for watching.